Hi guys, this is Matt with Etherium Sky, pretty much in the sky. Oh my god, I've trekked up here for the past 5 hours and look at this. There's no trail here. This is just up the mountain from the glacier. You're just crawling up the mountain. This doesn't look that steep, but oh my dear god. 5 hours and my legs simply won't go any further. And I'm trying to reach, I can't talk. I've been trying to reach the Erie mine out here near Kennecott in Alaska, not so far from the border of Canada now, with Canada. And this is a 110-year-old copper mine out here in the middle of the freaking mountains in Alaska, in the middle of absolute nowhere, at the literal end of the road. Oh my god. Whew. I'm here with the BBC project. I'm gonna sit down. I have not been this exhausted in a long time. I'm in decent shape, but oh man, there's only one other time I've given up on a trek when I set my destination, but I think this will be the second time. There's a million of those annoying little things that are something between a mosquito and a fly, and they make this trek, although absolutely breathtaking, what those flies are getting on my nerves. Oh my dear god, I haven't been this tired in a long time. Guys, I'm in the middle of this BBC shoot at an absolute breathtaking end of the world. This phrase keeps going through my mind that some places on this planet perhaps we're simply not meant to be conquered. This is too much. At about 100 years ago, there were around 1,800 workers that were brought up here. Alaska was not even a state of the US yet. It was just a territory. About 1,800 workers were brought here from all over the states, and even some foreign workers, I understand. They were brought here to do this insane trek that took me so far 5 hours, and I'm nowhere near close, and the sun is going down and it's about to rain. They trekked up there, up there, up, right there. This is all along the ridge, up there. And the town that I came from is far behind the mountain over there that you can't see. It's about 8-9 kilometers, around 6 miles, and those workers trekked up there to do absolute physical work in a copper mine, pulling out copper in what was at the time one of the world's most successful, one of the world's richest mines in the world. One of the world's richest mines. I cannot speak. And oh my god, and in their free time they apparently did weightlifting. Oh man, this is insanity. This place is absolutely amazing. This town is absolutely amazing. It's largely intact. It's hardly reachable, and I'm out here at the end of the world, about to give up on this trek. I brought only minimal gear. I'm walking with literally my drone, my little DSLR, and then an extra lens that I took out of my camera bag and put together with my lunch. My water ran out 3 hours ago. I only brought a half a liter of water. That was a mistake, although I didn't want to carry anymore. I thought I would find some stream along the way, but I mean, there's a big glacier. I probably could find some little bit of water there, but that's also a trek all the way down when I have to keep going up. Man, remember there was a time in Nepal a few years ago, at the end of a fascinating, incredible 1-year journey on my motorbike, when I looked up at a mountain and I said, I'm gonna climb this mountain. And I started climbing, and it took, I don't remember, 6-7 hours, and I was nowhere near the top. And I don't give up easily. I don't give up on goals, however small or big, that I set for myself. But I remember back then I sat down absolutely exhausted at a certain point and looked at a view which was different, but then again, not that different. And I just thought to myself, there's nothing that I need to prove. I don't feel like I failed. This is not a failure. I am at this incredible place. I am so fortunate to be at this incredible place, to look out at this, to listen to this absolute incredible silence, and to breathe in this atmosphere, reliving history. There are broken planks with nails sticking out along this trail which were just blown by the wind over the last 100 years. There's not really a path here, but here and there you see kind of little steps where maybe that's the way that somebody followed. And there was hundreds of workers doing this frickin' journey every single day, probably with heavy gear, carrying it to reach this crazy mine. This is just insane. I have all kinds of story scenarios going through my mind right now. This is crazy. I'm absolutely amazed that there was no Hollywood movie coming out to shoot here yet, because I certainly want to shoot my next movie out here. I mean, I can't really turn around because in the past 2-3 hours I haven't been able to step on solid ground. I'm constantly at a very steep angle, but oh my God, this is incredible. I did this interview with this Alaskan artist this morning, and he's been coming here since the 70s, and he told me something that struck with me. He said that Alaskans tend to be very spiritual, and whatever your take on God and enlightenment, I mean, at a place like this, you gotta believe something, because this is, it's just, I'm barely breathing, and this puts tears in my eyes. This is, yeah, I don't know. There's no real words that I can say to describe this. And I haven't been able to reach this mine. It bothers me a little bit. But at the same time, I'm just humbled to be here, and this is work. How absurd that this would be work to me. I mean, this is work. I don't get paid nearly enough, but I mean, look at this. Who gets to come out to a place like that? Who gets to work their body to this extent, where at the end of the day, or this is not even the end of the day yet, you're barely breathing, but you're just breathing at absolute peace, feeling, I don't know what I'm feeling, but feeling something that you don't get in everyday life, feeling empty in the mind and somehow full in the soul, as trivial and as kitschy as that sounds. Oh my God. This will be the only the second time that I can remember that I'm about to give up on my destination, and it hurts me, and I really hope that if and when I come back here one day, well, on one hand, I hope that there will be an easier way to reach that place, but actually no, I'm hoping that there won't be an easier way to reach that place. I'm hoping that it will stay precisely as remote as it is right now. Chances are it might collapse and be inaccessible by then. There are two other mines near here with funny names, Jumbo and Bonanza. And this mine, Erie Mine, this is the only one that even they don't even take tour groups there. What is that? Was that a bat or was that one of the annoying flies? No, I think that's the annoying flies. They don't even take tour groups up here because the tour guides probably don't have enough energy to truck up here. But the other two, I wouldn't say are touristy, but as soon as I heard about this one that's just lost at the end of the world and so inaccessible, that's where I wanted to come. And man, I definitely do not regret it, but it's killing me that I don't make it. But after 5 hours, my legs are absolutely shaking with every steps, and when I do journeys like that, I just force myself to not look up at my destination, and I tell myself, okay, I'm gonna do, 30 steps, and only then am I gonna stop. I'm gonna do 60, or rather 64 steps. 64 is my number. I'm gonna do 64 steps, and then I will stop, or 32 is my other number. That's usually the steps that I do. And down at the bottom by the glacier, that's what it started. I was like, okay, 34 steps, 32 steps, 64 steps, and then I stop. But by now, I can barely make 4 steps. It's just there's no solid footing. It's so absolutely steep here. I mean, oh my God. My shoes are soaked. I'm out of water. I have to head back. I'm really tempted to go up, and it's not that I can't make it. I can and I would, but by the look of it, I mean, this is a steep downfall. See, there's no, I don't know if you can tell, but there's no path here. There's no straight way to get there. So physically, to get there, I need to, okay, I can't clearly show you, but I would need to climb up this thing, which goes at probably 75, 80 degrees. Then around, it just dips back down into another flatness, and then comes up, and then it continues up there somewhere. Who knows how? There's no clear path, and presumably along the ridge, I could reach the mine, but by the look of it, that's another 3-4 hours, and I can't take another single step upwards. It's killing me. But considering that if I take another 2 hours to get there, and then if I face another 6 to 7 hours to come back, it's gonna be dark. And it's been raining in the evenings and the mornings here. I don't want to get stuck in the rain, so I think I'm gonna have to pause here and accept that it wasn't meant to be. I'm still incredibly grateful for this opportunity to be here, to shoot here. I got to fly my drone a little bit up there, so I did get to film some neat shots of the mine and of the structures around it. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe to Etherium Sky Films and Media on Facebook, and check out our work at ethereumsky.com.